So right now we got Kilgore player Monsoon about to teach us the ropes. The character. I think we're gonna talk about buttons first. Do you know about his buttons?
Yep.
Let's get it then. I put Kilgore's theme on while I'm at it. Act like you know. Not even 2 pieces of bread is a sandwich. It's just bread. But anyway, we'll break that down afterwards, okay? All right. So what's up, man? What you got to say about characters buttons here?
Okay, so when it comes to Kilgore, we all know that.
Speak up.
So when it comes to Kilgore, we all know that he's pretty much the best zoner in the game, the best pure zoner in the game, and that's by far. Not a very good forward walk speed, not a good back speed.
Pretty bad, yeah.
Pretty much when it comes to Kilgore, when you're basing his offense, you want to essentially use his medium buttons, his standing medium punch. It's -1. His standing medium kick is 0 on block, so essentially it's not your turn, but it's good for establishing pressure, especially when you have chatnometer, so you can exhaust cancel and possibly continue the pressure, get your turn back, whatever. Crouching medium kick is not a low, which is really disappointing. It's actually a mid or high, however you want to, block it. You crouch, as you see he's blocking. If he stand blocks it, it's just gonna push him back. That's -2. When you're up close, his crouching medium punch, -2. I mean, not -2, but +2. Sorry. It's not really good up close because essentially, if I'm right here, like I'm right here, it's always gonna whiff. So you really have to
Be in that
be
shit.
in there
Yeah.
for it to be, any type of good, or else you're just gonna.
Oh, it launches though on hit.
Yeah, it does launch on hit. That's the only good thing about it is that it launches on hit. But other than that, if I want to try to use it in neutral, I really have to actually have a really good read on what you're gonna do, if you're gonna block, if you're not gonna block. And also, even if it does launch, we got to talk about spin speeds because that's a mechanic for this character. Knowing your spin speed is really important. Right now, he's at spin speed 1. He has a max of 5 spin speeds with his chain guns. Stand back and block these. So that's the first spin speed.
How did you do that?
Bullets. Not a lot of bullets, a little bit of pushback.
Well, what's his buttons still? We're still talking about buttons. So
Okay, so
what was that button you just pressed?
that button was a standing heavy punch. It's a command though. So instead of him actually having regular standing heavy punch, all his heavy punch buttons are chain guns. He has a regular standing chain gun. He has a crouching chain gun. Yeah! And he also has air chain. Essentially, you're able to control space with one button. Is a one-button neutral tool, which is honestly kind of stupid, but it's easy to get around. It does no chip damage, so there's no chip damage. All I can really do is pretty much use you walking forward or jumping in. Even if that is the case, you just walk forward and block. You really don't have to do much. You don't have to.
It doesn't cause any chip damage.
No. Even in overheated, it causes no chip damage. All you have to do is walk. So, if you're ever playing this character and you find yourself getting frustrated, just block. The bullets do no chip. So essentially, you are fine. Just walk and block. Some characters do have a tougher time, but if you actually do have the patience, it gets a little bit easier dealing with that, especially when you understand that his chain guns are negative, essentially. So essentially, if I'm doing this up close, Unless say I do this up close, it's not my turn anymore.
Hey, your mic keeps like changing volumes. Like, I don't know what's up with that. You need to speak like in the mic.
I'm trying to find like a good in between. I'm sorry about that. Um, but essentially, like even crouching, if I do a spamming chain gun discharge, it's not my turn anymore. You get a free combo, even if it hits, I'm -2. So if it hits and I'm behind on, getting my button, or even you can't really do much out of this. You have to exhaust cancel for you to even cancel into whether it's overheated or not. So essentially, it's not my turn anymore. Whenever I'm hitting chain guns, if I'm air chain gun,
Talk it to the mic, yeah.
Yeah, it's not my turn anymore. Whenever I decide to use my chain gun, like
Okay.
it can be a really annoying, pestering tool if you don't know how to deal with it. But essentially, the best way to deal with it is just block. So if I do this and I completely whiff on it, I'm like negative forever. So TJ, he gets in free. Anytime I use chain guns, he gets in free. It's a really bad matchup when it comes to TJ. I'll play it anyway because, there's still a lot of stuff that I need to learn about it. But TJ, he easily just goes around Kilgore's chain guns, whether high, low. He gets in off one roll, essentially, if I'm not spacing my stuff right. So you really have to be careful versus characters who have really good rush down. But, it really is a deterrent for Kilgore. Anybody who has really good rush down can just bypass his zone. You jump chain gun once, TJ's in. You back chain gun once, TJ's almost dang near in.
Well, let's not talk
Same
about
thing.
TJ. Let's talk about the character. All right. So,
That's
what
right.
about his kicks?
Okay. So when it comes to his medium kick, 0. His crouching medium kick, as I said, -2.
It's not a low either.
It's not a low. You can crush it. If I am out of range, it can still get crushed by high attacks. It will always be.
Yeah, it beats a high.
Always.
Anyway.
His standing light kick is +1 on block. You don't get much but really tick throws because his set play is kind of garbage at times. Crouching medium kick is -2. There's a sentence because
Speak it to the mic again.
so his crouching medium kick -2.
Light kick. Crouching light kick.
Yeah, crouching light kick is -2. It's his only low besides his sweep. So he really has no high, low, neutral presence. If you really want to, I opt to go for the sweep, which is -3, but still a bad option because it's people know it's coming because Kilgore thrives off hard knockdown. So the fact that Kilgore thrives off hard knockdowns and he only has one other low, is really nothing to be afraid of. Simply because he does no damage, especially out when he has no meter. There's nothing to be afraid of. When I do sweep you and do this, I still have to do something to follow up, and it takes a second for the missiles to for you, since his sweeps like -89 or somewhere around that joint. But if you block my sweep, or maybe -3. But if lag comes in, or if you jab,
You're more than
free.
-3. It can't be -3 because I'm jabbing you.
Right.
So what is it then? If it's not -3, there's no way it's -3.
Well, that's what I read. Like that's what my friend made it. Kept
Oh,
telling me
maybe
it's
it's
-3.
weird. Sweep again? That's weird.
It has to be more than -5 then, because that's what my friend did. Kept telling me.
What do you mean your
But
friend did it?
anyway, yeah, like I was looking at one of the older sheets. Not the one that Ovis and them ended up figuring out about everybody, but
That's okay. Anyway,
but also another one of his regular command normals is his stand heavy kick. It looks intimidating, but the hitbox on it is really jank. Like,
yeah,
you see
well,
where TJ is. -1. you get essentially nothing off it. It just has a little bit of blowback. But when it comes to them being in the air,
It
it
juggles.
causes a hard knockdown.
Oh, well, okay, cool.
So, if I decide to anti-air you, or if I can anti, it's not a really good anti-air. Like, I really have to really be expecting you to jump.
It's actually
Even
really
then I
good.
have to be, and even then I still have to be really close. But, you get punished. Hard knockdown, essentially nothing. And after that, I can do stuff like setup missile, dash, crate. So now that his buttons are talked about, the best buttons to approach in neutral: stand medium kick, crouch medium kick, and I didn't talk about this one, but for heavy punch, it causes a stagger. Um, it's not an overhead, but it's also not a low, because sometimes when you crouch, go ahead and crouch.
It's a mid. Whoa.
Oops, sorry. But on some characters like Kim Wu, it'll actually whiff on even when she's crouched. Simply because she's smaller and the hitbox is like right in between. Like, I'm not really sure. It's kind of dumb because it will whiff for no reason sometimes. But it's also another one of his better buttons.
He's saying Mewtwo wants to know, is the command kick special cancelable?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is special cancelable. You get a lot of stuff off it if you can cancel it right. You can exhaust cancel. So that's the thing. It's only -1. So, I mean, you don't get much off of it outside of the actual juggles, but, it's a really decent tool if you can actually.
-1's really good.
Yeah.
Because TJ's kick is -6. No, it's not just you. It's his mic. His mic's acting a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little chop.
But anyway, okay, that's cool. What are some of his good pokes, like just in the neutral? So you said medium kick, crouching medium kick?
Yeah, crouching medium kick is a really good poke, simply because it has a little bit of distance. And really
Can you cancel?
Sometimes. So, crouching medium kick also special cancelable. Pretty much all of his regular pokes are special cancel. His standing medium punch is forward advancing. So
That's pretty good.
So like if you're like near in the corner, it's really good to use this. The crouching medium kick has a good amount of pushback. So like in situations in the neutral, like if you do get that pushback, we're gonna go over his specials in a second, but you get some stuff. So when it does come to his specials, he has several. So you guys saw earlier, he has a chain gun. It's called Chain Sweep. This is really negative on block. It's around -28.
Can't be -28.
No, it's -28.
No
if
way.
You don't space it right. It is -28. You don't space right.
Do it right in my face. I just hit a 6-frame button and didn't get punished. It's not -28.
When it comes to his regular spin speed, because so what I didn't mention is when his spin speeds do go up, the frame data on his chain guns do change. So outside of, I'm sorry, I'm trying to exhaust cancel. Neither. Okay. So when it does come to him actually using his chain guns, like it's really bad to use his light chain sweep in neutral because it'll only hit once or twice. Even then, I've been punished a good amount of time if I'm not really so not only that, but it's good for OTG. He's one of the only characters with an OTG all sweep. That's literally all you can get. After that,
That's cool.
after the first chain gun, you can quick rise after that. Since it's not hard enough.
Oh, okay.
His other chain sweep, it hits airborne opponents.
OTG means on the ground. So like characters like Rom and
Cinder.
Cinder and Kilgore could like pick you up on the ground, like hit you on the ground. So go ahead and do a throw and do it again.
Oops.
What's up, Howard?
No.
Do it faster.
Do that to what? So off the throw.
Yeah, there you go.
That's literally all. After that, you get quick rise out of it. The second one isn't real. If you got. Now when it comes to the air, so if I want to like crouch a medium punch, is special cancel. So if I do hit that crouch and medium punch, this actually use it. Outside of combos, is really not. But
Water be okay, water be gone.
Cash out. So when you do the air chain guns, the medium chain guns, it actually gives you time to recapture if you do have a meter. Cash out combos, you do that. And his last variation of his chain gun, yeah, you can get a lot of damage. Also, he has the heavy version, which is really good for like
Sadira and
if
stuff.
he's like on top of you, if I'm in the corner or something like that.
So
I can get like a full combo if I actually hit my button.
that's cool.
You get a ton of pop up. You get a ton of PD for. It's not a lot, but in burst damage when it comes to Kilgore, that's a lot. Because he really good base damage. So what you're relying on is for him to be an overheat or be an instinct mode for you to actually, land. It's like
Yeah.
Crazy!
really, you should never use this unless you're going. Like, unless you're like in the corner, don't use this like mid screen for. I'm just like super. You're trying to measure jump in like Sadira or something like that. She's jumping at you, and after that she'll jump backward.
Yeah, you'll
And
whiff.
sometimes it will miss. It doesn't miss on Gargo sometimes because his character model is bigger. But if you're in if your spin speed's not up, I wouldn't use this. It's really not for him.
Okay. Any other special moves?
Yeah, his other special move is his metal ball. His metal ball is negative 30.
Like a Blanca ball.
He does have a blank. Nothing I can really do about it. It's straightforward. If you're crouched, it will go straight over you. So, you're close, crouched, straight over you. If I do it from a If I do it from a distance, I'm mad negative. This move is not really good for
Just to throw
special
out.
canceling.
Yeah.
So if you don't confirm your moves, like the only move this can actually confirm into is all forward heavy. Everything else
It's daggers, huh?
you can block it. Yeah. So everything else you could block it. So this is not a good move to special cancel.
Can you
into,
make it safe?
unless you- Can make it safe. Essentially with rockets,
No, I mean like the head. Can you make the headbutt make it safe? I mean the
headbutt does not
the
make it
ball.
safe.
The ball. Can you make the ball safe? Is it possible? Yeah, because you go overheat it,
the-
right?
right. That's the only time you can really make it safe.
We gotta explain that. Let them know.
So when it comes to the ball, let's get overheated.
Well, time's gonna run out. Wait till the next round. So that ball, that Blanca ball.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know this, whenever Kilgore's overheated, certain special moves get enhanced. For lack of better words, sometimes it lowers the range, it does better damage. Just changes the property. So like, overheat yourself real quick.
Okay. So, as you guys know,
See the hands are getting hotter?
Yeah, your hands are getting hotter. You're taking your spin speed up. His spin speed, jump shots, and all that other stuff start enhancing. So when he does metal ball, he gets a second hit. His second hit is essentially a projectile, so it has a lot of blowback to it, essentially making the ball almost safe. But there are counters to it. I'm gonna give you meter.
Just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it real quick. Yeah, I could shadow
So
counter it, but
you can shadow counter
that's like
consistent.
that's still though it's still safe on block from the explosion.
Yeah, it is still safe on block. But, you know, if you're ready for it and you know I'm overheated, I'm gonna ball kind of sometimes a big giveaway. Especially when I do the slower versions of the ball, the ones that have a little bit more arc. Since this one's a little bit more straightforward, it's kind of hard to fit. But you can still shadow counter. You can do it consistently. Um, but it does have a lot of blowback to it. So if you don't shadow counter, and if you just block it, so if I do this and we're in a corner or something, like grab. I don't know why I'm trying. Pretty much, I still get a little bit of block stun, so I still have the hit stun sometimes to be able to do stuff. Also, it enhances his throw.
If hope
When
get
he
more
is
PD.
overheated. But the ball too, his heavy ball, it has a more upward and over arc is really good for characters who have taller hitboxes, like the bigger characters in the game. Sometimes it will cross characters like Aghanos up, because it's regular cross up, it's medium one. Sometimes it won't cross them up, it'll stay in front. The larger the character, is more of a chance that it's going to cross them up. You do get a stagger whenever it does hit on all of them. He also does have Shadow Ball. So his Shadow Ball is projectile invulnerable on the way up. You can be hit out of this in the air if they time it right. So if he was to throw a fireball, if TJ had a fireball, let's say it's completely invincible. It can be used to in a lot of different ways because the properties are weird. Sometimes it'll beat most DPs if you can get right behind it. But Shadow Jago or someone like that is zoning you out or something like that, you're trying to get in. Shadow Ball is like one of your best bets outside of counter zoning. I really like Shadow Ball.
Doesn't it recapture?
It does recapture, and it's also a shadow cash out. So if you see that I've done no type of breakable manual or anything, you can actually. So if I did like crouching medium punch, chain gun into shadow recap, that's an opener ender. So understanding your situations with Kilgore, because a lot of situations look similar, especially when you're in the air. It is a shadow cash out, so if there is no other breakable component in the combo, it's an open.
Do it like a small shadow cash out with the combo.
Okay.
Just get your meter first. Oh. Block. 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 Just block, man. Alright.
Okay, so
Do like a juggle in the air and cash out.
essentially, yeah.
Like I'm asking you to. There you go. That was two enders in one situation. Or three really, but the two, he could stack two enders, the shadow cash out into
Right.
another, because it recaptures, cashes out, and he could do another ender.
If you do have the meter, you can get more than one shot. You can essentially get 4 enders in one combo.
Damn.
He can really do some big damage, but it's kind of a risk at times because in some matchups, you're really not sure whether you want to go for the damage or, you know, whatever you want to do, because she does not out damage anybody. Um, what other spec? Oh, we got to talk about missiles. So when it comes to missiles, he has three types of missiles. So light missiles are straight missiles. His medium missiles are guided missiles, but they still do go straight. And his heavy missiles are arc missiles, which go up and over. Your placement on these during hard knockdowns is really important because it's literally the only type of quote unquote pressure that you can get. Like if you were to like knock him down or something, like throw heavy missiles or something, you really have to be conscious of what you're trying to do. Because if he wanted to, so let's say I hard knock after I do missiles and he DPs me or something, it wakes up jab. Characters like TJ, if like he shadow DPs you or something like that, he still gets an opportunity to continue his combo because rockets do such a little hit stun, and sometimes they'll even miss if you don't place them right. So when you're placing these missiles, you really have to be smart about it. If he wants to jump over them or something, like if he knows they're coming, because a lot of characters can jump over them. He can jump in heavy punch, like if I do it too close. So let's say sometimes it'll catch him, sometimes it won't. It's really inconsistent with how his missiles work because they go upward as the further they go across the screen. So
Yeah, true.
if you jump back into them, they'll just go up. They'll just go off screen, and you can't use missiles again until they're completely. They have a whole lot of active frames, and they don't go. When it comes to missiles, it's his best zoning tool outside of. I prefer to use missiles rather than guns because it takes up more space and they're slower. So I like the slower projectiles when it comes to Kilgore.
Keeping there.
Because when you do place them just right, you can just walk forward essentially. So it's a 6-frame startup, or they come out in 6 frames. The reticle. You can just walk. It's the same with heavy missiles. And he also has shadow missiles. Go ahead and give me meter. So shadow missile is a multi-hitting projectile. There's multiple projectiles. Essentially, he locks on to one spot, and he launches a cluster of missiles. They're -1, and can be you can shadow through them if you do have something shadow involved. I've seen a couple of characters actually do it in situations, but ultimately, if I'm not close enough, like, go ahead and give me my. If I'm not close enough, like, let's say, like, he's in the middle, as I do shadow missiles or something like that, come back a little closer. Okay, dash. He could just breeze through them and do whatever he wants to. It's the same with anybody who has a shadow, not a shadow, but a projectile invincible. Jago could just wing kick straight through him. It's good for stacking damage. That's really what it's used for, is to stack damage.
Is it good for combos? Do you have any combos with the missiles?
I do. So
You need 2 bars or 1?
I need 2.
See.
Okay, so usually,
I couldn't
like,
even break
it's really situational.
26%.
Yeah, missiles do a lot. It's a lot of unbreakable damage. So it's even on counter hit, you can get about 30%. just by doing shadow missiles and this all unbreakable damage. It's really smart to use these in close out situations where you know you've gotten firm, especially off his forward heavy punch, which is his best button to not only counter hit, but it's his best button to punish with. So you can really get a lot off shadow missile if you actually, develop the muscle memory and stuff to understand, when you actually can combo.
That's fucking a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage.
Can't break that.
Even if you do drop the combo, that's a free 26%. That's the easiest damage he gets is any hit confirm and the shadow hits. It's really good for space control. It's really good for zoning characters out. Like especially Jago whenever he starts charging up his fireball, you can essentially check him into shadow rockets. Especially if he doesn't have any meter. Jago's one of the characters who does kind of struggle against kill.
I'm gonna pick Jago real quick. I'm gonna see if I could what the fireballs do
Okay.
against missiles and stuff. Go ahead, pick the
Yeah.
freedom or
when it comes
death.
to character-
We already have an arbiter breakdown. Sonic Dolphin did it.
yeah.
Anyway, you were saying? You were saying?
When it comes to characters who actually have some sort of balance tool that can actually zone with Kilgore and control space kind of almost just as well, like Jago, he has to play almost perfect in a lot of instances. Like he has to really be patient. He really has to be patient.
Okay, Raven.
Yeah, my bad. My phone didn't go. But Jago really has to be patient in the matchup versus Kilgore. He has to walk forward and block. He has to pretty much follow all he else had. The only difference is he has a way in with his shadow kick, forward advancing shadow projectile, invulnerable move. It really helps him. And having his shadow into a cooking, it can actually eat some of the shadow rockets. So if I do try to,
Fuck.
so like if I do try to shadow rockets or anything like that from a range that he can actually react to, his shadow into a cooking is gonna eat my rockets. He might get hit with a couple rockets, but his shadow into a cooking.
Let me shoot two
Eat
regular
my
missiles real
rockets.
quick. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Whoa.
So
Shoot regular rockets
they
real
do
quick.
get beat. They get beat out by.
No, regular rockets, bro. Regular.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
So when he charges it though, it eats him. So when you're playing this matchup as Jago, if he just regular fireballs and not just regular rocket, it's gonna go straight through every time. Now if he charges it, that's a different problem. Then I can't really use my rockets. And especially at that range, there's nothing I can really do because if you do charge your fireball as Jago, it's gonna go through either way, whether it be the slow one, the fast one, and then the slow one he actually can walk behind it and wants to. So he can bait stuff out. I'm sorry.
Let me jump over your missiles and do shadow missiles. Will that work?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Oh, you fucked up. Oh yeah, you can't do shadow. Wait, can you? Can you follow up a shadow after you miss regular missiles?
I gotta actually have a bullet on. That's the only time I can actually do it. So like I'd have to exhaust cancel or something.
Oh, okay. What
So,
if you shoot it? What if you like do
essentially
missiles and then chain gun and then shadow? Will that work?
Give me more meter because like I said, I gotta exhaust cancel.
No, I'm asking you. If
No, you can't do it without exhaust cancel. You cannot.
Okay.
So if I wanted to throw missiles and after that, oh, you jumped. After that, I'd be able to put missiles on the
I see.
screen. So that's another thing that I haven't talked.
Yeah, the exhaust.
His exhaust cancel. Exhausting is really important. It sends him back to his base spin speed, essentially. Bro. Um, his exhaust cancel can cancel normals. Um, it gives you more combo opportunity, like combos that you weren't able to do before. You're able now. So like let's say like I wanted to crouch on light kick and try to do standing head. So I can't do that normally in combo, but with exhaust can. So I get a whole nother dimension to my combos, even though they're scaled severely.
I wouldn't use
I
that.
would not. His combo damage gets scaled. It gets bad. Like for like 15 hits or something like that, I could do like 9% off something basic. But it's also to like make moves safe. So like, oh,
Yeah.
I threw out a crouching medium kick and he blocked it, and I know he has instant -2, and if I don't block in time, he has a 3-frame DP that's just going to destroy me. Like,
Yeah, so like
it's a lot of
there's a lot of situations where Kilgore could pretty much do something unsafe, exhaust cancel, and then he could be kind of plus.
yeah.
Or like if I jump over like a move, like an attack, you could exhaust cancel and DP me.
Yeah.
Exhaust cancel
It
pretty
gets
much
really.
freeze frame.
It is. There are some moves he can't freeze frame, especially like if you're not ready for it. Like, if I wanted to try to like freeze frame, whatever I think you're gonna do next. So if I'm expecting him to like DP or something like that, like I'm getting hit in the face and stuff, and I'm trying to stop it. Like it's only so much I can really do. Exhaust cancels are really good tool. Free self-correction. That's what this character is about, just like Fulgur is. He gets somewhat free self-correction, but his comes a little bit differently.
Yeah, that costs more meter.
Yeah. Exhaust canceling is really good. I use it a lot, especially when I'm in situations where I'm trying to take your life bar and I'm trying to continue the pressure. So let's say I get missiles on the field or something like that, and you block them or something like that.
They kept going.
Essentially, that could be counted as a block string if you didn't know me, because I just ended with something that's 0 on block, essentially. And then the missiles hit. It's 3-hit missile. So you can stick some stuff in there. You can get yourself a nice little string. If you're not really aware of kind of what he's doing, especially with how good his buttons are, his buttons aren't that good. They're mediocre. A character like Jago, especially if I cancel something like that, he's just gonna DP usually, because my moves, they have really no type of good properties to them. Like if I did that or something, Jago really gets like a free DP punish, regardless on
True
rockets, because it's a lot too.
Forget one thing about exhaust cancel. That it actually stops the flames on your gun.
It does. I said that. It sends his spin speed back to 0. That's what I stated.
Okay.
So if
What's
you're
up, Poop?
overheated, but in instinct,
Stays overheated no matter what.
I keep my flames, I keep my damage. Like that's the only difference in instinct. You're not canceling your instinct. Essentially you're just giving yourself another freeze frame to do something else on top of the advantage that you're already. It's really good in instinct. You can force some really good situations where the opponent is forced to guess whether you're trying to reset them or go for more damage. Because the freeze frame off forward heavy punch, if I did that and I exhaust canceled or something like that,
More options, yeah.
Sometimes I do get 2 dashes if I like instant cancel that forward heavy punch or something. So like I do have
Whoa.
advantage. Like it's a really good tool to use.
Uh-oh. Said some
Um,
WTC.
it's a really good tool to use in neutral because you can stop yourself from zoning. Um, so let's say Jago were to like throw Endo cooking or something like that, and it's like really close to me, and whether he gets hit by bullets or he blocks them is irrelevant.
He mentioned that earlier,
Um,
Juggernaut. Actually, he said that you can't do OTGs but one time. You can multiply OTG, but the first time you get hit by one, you can quick rise off of it,
yeah,
and the
quick
second
rise.
one will not work essentially. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and like some people though actually like DP off that second OTG. Like it's not good to OTG twice unless you're like sure they don't know
and
that
they
they
don't know
can
how to quick rise. Yeah,
Yeah, like any competent player is quick rising after that second. Um, because that's free damage you're giving out essentially.
and
You're
you can
saying,
punish if they
I
go
don't
for it
want to get
again.
up. Yeah. Um, it can be really busted at times in some matchups, like versus bigger body carry, Rom or something. If you don't get up and already hit you with you got flames on you or something, and you're just letting me pick you up off the ground so I can go ahead and cash out. That's on you.
Right.
But it's a really
So
strong tool.
okay, that makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, um, so we talked about his buttons.
Wait, we
We
need to
talked
talk about
about
his
his
DP.
wall. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about. Now his DP has some weird um, property to it. He's the only zoner with like a true like forward advancing DP outside of his Thunder. Well,
Well, not even.
Thunder's no
Yeah,
outside of Glacius.
he's Glacius doesn't even have an forward advancing one. It just kind of like stays in
Yeah,
one
it's
spot.
just kind of it's kind of one spot. But when it comes to Kilgore, he has 3 versions. Go ahead and block beast. So his light version goes straight up and down. Not much to it. It's invincible on startup. It hit, and you get a juggle off it, especially if you're overheated or something like that. And you can get multiple DPs off of it, and you can cash out after the second one because essentially,
Yeah, it's the breakable one.
yeah, it's a breakable window. So, also a weird thing about Kilgore. So even if I'm close to you, no matter how far away I am, when he DPs, he's got a weird property where it's not only a DP, but he also shoots off his chain gun. So, let's say I decide to DP you or something. Oops. He gets a weird breakable window because the bullets are, because that's still essentially a breakable property.
Yeah, it's still
Regardless
active.
how close I am. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's still active, so it gives you a chance to counter.
Yeah, it's still active.
I can lock out.
So you can lock out.
Do that same combo with the back heavy punch. Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna try and break it. The third one.
Yeah. Oops.
Catch that out.
If you let that run.
Okay, so that's his light DP. All right.
Yeah, his light DP goes straight up. His medium DP advances forward slightly, so it's almost kind of like a regular.
Kind of like
Except,
Shinsako's in a way.
The entire time he's moving forward, so the entire dash forward is invincible.
I'm gonna throw
So,
you. Do it.
like, if I throw you,
You gotta do it when I throw you, bud. I couldn't hit him out of it the whole time.
it's
He
invincible
start to
the
finish.
entire way through.
Yeah.
In some instances, it will beat shadow DPs if you do it afterwards. So, like, let's say I throw you Shadow DP on Wake Up. Oops. I missed him. I'm just trying
Nice.
to, yeah. Like, it's also because I'm playing on, you know. But usually in that instance, if I throw you and you Shadow DP or something like that, the medium version will also beat Shadow DPs. So, the heavy version though is guaranteed to
That's weird.
go straight through. It doesn't matter who it is, what character, you know, he goes straight through.
Goes the furthest out.
It's really good. Like it has a lot of juggle opportunities.
Probably do on reaction to fireball, huh? Like if I'm charging a fireball.
Oops, go ahead.
Yeah, get through it.
It goes through fireballs too. But the only thing risky about fireballs is, you know, if I do it like after you do it and it's like close to me, there's a real big punish window. So you got to be kind of wary of that. But if you're trying to avoid dying and he ends up doing some stuff, you might be in the clear land in time. But
Yeah.
it's like just completely.
So what about the shadow one then? Like it cashes out, right?
Yes, the shadow one cashes out. So this character is one of the few characters who has 2 cash outs
Shadow
as
cash
far
outs.
as damage is concerned.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me a meter.
It's Kilgore has 2 shadow cash outs, which is like very uncommon. TJ has one too, but you can break the 3 of the 4 hits.
Okay.
4 out of the 5
So,
actually. Let's see a combo. Cool.
essentially, it also does take up your spin speed too. So anything with guns will take up the spin speed. I think they mentioned when they first did the breakdown, when they first initially released him, that they didn't want like his shadows to increase his spin speed. But I think it's a bug where his spin speed still does increase off shadows. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually asked Keats about it, but I don't think that was intentional. His spin speed to also whenever he's doing shadows, because it does the same thing with the shadow chain dash. Truth be told, shadow chain dash is a really trash special move. It's only good against like characters like Shadow Jago who have like multiple fireballs that you can actually kill. So hold on, I'm gonna give you instinct. Go ahead and instinct and shoot fire.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
So when it comes to his chain dash,
Oh,
it'll beat the smaller fireballs, but if you try to chain get dash versus his charged fireballs, you're gonna hit.
What about shadow?
And that's gonna leave. Shadow ones, same thing. You always lose to it, but you
okay.
can't exhaust cancel.
Oh, look at that. That was cool.
So exhaust cancel it on whether it hits the projectile or the character, you can always exhaust cancel whenever it hits any moving property that you can connect. It's cool. It sets up for a lot of cool situations and sequences. Like this character is like really cool for time, especially if you know how to really play the character. You know, technically I am still learning, but I do know a lot about this character.
Man, I want to ask, how did you avoid that fireball just then? What did you just do? You did exhaust, and then something else happened. What was that?
Short circuit. That is his teleport. So his teleport is in places all 3 kicks. So left trigger.
See.
It will avoid all physical attacks. Fireballs. It's a really good tool. You can even walk forward and do
That
it.
is funky looking.
Like it's really good. But if I decide to do it in your face and you're ready, you can grab me. It's a punishment every time. it doesn't get any better than that. I really like the fact that he has something like that because essentially it gives him another added defensive option outside of blocking and your occasional reversal.
See?
And hold on, if I'm overheated, it causes an explosion that blows us both back. Now, you can also cancel this into instinct. So if you blocks it and you end up short circuiting,
I'll get you instinct.
okay, go ahead, give me instinct.
Well, stop blocking.
Yeah, that's not can. Oops, sorry.
There you go.
So if I'm overheated,
Yeah, it has iframes. I can't.
It does.
If I jump on him, try to hit him or something, it will blow up and it'll hit me. It's fucked up.
block it,
Oh shit! I didn't block it.
and you get combo opportunity too. So it's not a conventional reversal since it is really weak to throws. You get thrown out of it, command throws, anything like. But it's really good for saying it's like essentially a get off tool.
You can even do like
Especially-
do it to like shadow wind kick. Let's see. I'm gonna throw you in a dude shadow wind kick. No, like regular teleport. I mean, can you dodge it? Hold on, I'm gonna throw you. Then you do it on wake up. That's fucked up.
So I mean,
Oh,
you can avoid it, but it's not technically a reversal. So like if you wanted to do that, it's technically not real versus shadow wind kick. Since I could still be light DP'd out of it and I can still get punished for it because I do recover last. It's a lot to it. Understanding what their opponent is doing and understanding the properties that they actually have is really important to understand, what's on the screen and what's going on. Like versus Fogel, he gets a lot. Fireballs, he has fireball. And versus a character like that, it won't work really well. But what you can do is essentially get off.
it hurts him a little bit.
Just get off. What's up?
It hurts Kilgore a little bit.
It does hurt Kilgore a little. I can kill myself. Beforehand, it did little to nothing. Did maybe like 1%, something like that. It used to be all reward, no risk. You could do it as much as you wanted to try to keep someone out. Now it's a little bit more balanced. It's not as bad.
Let's see.
But yeah, nutshell.
I
I feel Kilgore, he's like right there in the middle with everybody else.
Mid tier.
Yeah, he's mid tier. He's not too good, but he's not bad. He struggles versus people, or I personally experience this. He struggles against characters who have really good patience. So the more patient you are versus this character, easier time you'll have. Because time is essentially on your side, especially in KI seconds. KI seconds is like 3 or 4 seconds. So you have the life lead. Be content with your life lead, but also, take your chances where you need be. Kilgore does not do damage. So if I'm willing to spend 2 bars to try to open you up, truth be told, it's not even worth breaking. I understand damage is damage, but if I spend 2 bars to try to get damage on, I'm only gonna get maybe 12%, just from opening you up and not getting nothing else. Then it's like right back to square zero. I still have to look. That's where Kilgore kind of struggles. Is he struggles to open people up because it's really no threat behind his buttons, really. Like I said, his best button is crouch and medium. You have to this close. You're in throw range, so if I'm having a hard time making a decision with that, you see how bad that is.
Yeah.
You could do like almost
Dangerous.
whatever you want to if I with him.
I can hit you.
But he does have a hard time opening people up you do have to take risks, especially with metal ball. Like you have to know where you can actually cross them up at. Because if I'm right here and I do this, well, that's a real bad example.
He
It's
did a good
crouched
crossover.
opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it crossed the up. But if I'm right here, I have to figure out, where the sweet spot is where I can actually try to cross you up. Even if they are ready for it or something like that, like let's say I do this and oh he's doing a metal ball, I can shadow counter him, especially now that I see it. Oh, metal ball, and you could also knock me out of it if you have a flip out. So oh wow, you know,
Whoa, what
oops,
the
sorry,
hell?
no, connection. Poop.
Okay, well,
But you get what I'm saying.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's a lot of his stuff is organic. He has nothing overwhelming besides um yeah, he has okay buttons, mediocre. Um his
Well, what is
instinct
instinct
is
though? We have to talk about that.
his instinct is probably, I feel like it's top 15. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Um
Let's talk about
you can
that
get
next.
content, like you can really get content with hitting chain guns and then you catch a wing kick to the face or something like that as you're using your chain guns and your last shadow trying to get chip damage from rocket. Um, you really have to be smart using this character. There are periods of time where I do not play this character. I play a character like the Point Batman at the time. Play him real stupid. Um, so if you really like to think about situations ahead of time, like people like Nate, even base he's picked up Kilgore, really good with them. I've heard this guy's shotgun. I've never really heard of him, but he's also from what Tyler said. Um, and you have your usual suspects, Domi and a couple of other people, Mari. They play the character really smart. Um, but yeah, the character.
Let's talk about his
Go
instincts.
ahead and give me instinct.
Make sure you break heavy autos. Whoa, dude. Fuck.
I don't know.
You gonna break that?
Yeah. So instinct,
What's it do? What's going on right now? What's the?
like
Why is he on fire?
he's on fire right now because it's called quality assurance. So his instinct, it not only gives you the damage, but it also gives you the spin
Range.
speed of 4. So his 4 spin speed, his fastest spin speed that he had, essentially he stays at it, but he also gets the buffs of um, being able to pop you up and combo you off a throw like he would be in Overheat. He gets the best zoning outside of idle in his instinct. He gets damage. He can hit you like Cinderbell. He can hit you like a truck if you're not careful, because there's some situations where he can open you up like continuously.
Yeah, Kilgore
That's
gets
it,
pretty much. He gets all the benefits of being in the flame in Overheat while still maintaining the range of all his special moves.
Right. In Overheat, the rockets would have exploded midway.
Yeah, they don't explode. They do the full damage. That shit hurts when it's overheated.
He does. I don't utilize it as well as I possibly should. I'm trying to work on that. But his Overheat is probably his best tool. Like it's his best mechanic.
Oh, and
Outside of his element, his Overheat is the best thing he has to offer. So when you learn how to use Overheat, you really learn character, because some of his juggle windows become a little bit shorter. Some things don't connect. It can get kind of consistently inconsistent if you do the wrong thing. But if you're doing the right character in Overheat, you're not happy against them. Especially if you're any type of,
any type of what?
understands what your the character across the screen can do, what he will do, because there are certain situations that I find myself in full screen like this and don't have a life lead or something that everything.
Your voice is breaking
He's
up.
a
What
really
you say
big
about the life lead?
So whenever a character has a life lead versus Kilgore, I do feel like Kilgore is one of the best comeback characters if they refuse to block. So if you refuse to block, this character can be a nightmare, especially because you know
I mean, that's
all
every
it takes
character
is a
though.
couple of chain guns, a couple of rockets, or whatnot, just to kind of make you feel like you still have to get in to kill me. I mean, yeah, some characters have an easier time, like Wolf. He can like dash on you 4 or 3 times and he's already in there. Um, but characters like Jago, who actually have to walk you down, who have like a really okay walk speed, nothing like, too spectacular. Um, like he can really give people like that trouble, especially if you don't want to block. So if you're just trying to get in and you don't, that's on you. This character, it takes patience to learn this character. I got frustrated, especially not first like year, not really knowing exactly how I'm supposed to be playing the character.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have somewhat of an idea, and I've kind of formulated my. This is a really good character.
You think Kilgore's
Wants
a
to
really
pick
good
up the
character?
phone. I do like personally. That's just personal feelings. I know where he is on the tier list. Sometimes the tier list,
No, yeah.
but this
Sometimes it's
character,
wrong. I mean,
yeah,
sometimes
this,
even if it's right, like my
uh,
character's not good. He's a mid tier character too, you know.
this character is
Just gotta
too
put in
fun.
the work. Every character's viable
Right.
in the game, you know. Just gotta put in the work.
That's what I really love about this game. Especially with this character, they knew what they were doing with this character. He plays dramatically different from Fulgore. He doesn't have everything that he does. You know, he has his own thing. So like, if you like Fulgore but you want some sort of spinoff, this is the character for you. If you like zoning, being pestering and annoying crap out of people, this is the character for you. Um, if you really like thinking about your situations and having a tool that allows you to self-correct, this is the character for you.
Hmm. Interesting.
This is really, I love it. I know Mustard and Ketchup, they play it. Um,
I like how you looked there. That was
just have
cool.
fun with it. Like when you have fun with the
Show
character,
off some
like
swag
characters,
combos. I want to see some swag.
he does.
I want to see some.
He had like,
Let me give you some meter block. Give me one of your, give me one of your swaggiest combos, if you can. Do you need
okay,
instinct too?
no, I can actually think of one that's just pretty much, um, I could just do it base.
Oh
Uh,
shit. Try again. Oh shit. It's okay. Don't worry. You got it. What the hell? That was weird.
yeah, I don't know why I put like you see,
Yeah,
it's like
he's
weird.
weird. He's jank.
Yeah, he's jank. Um, that's why he's always
He's
like
got a little bit of
short circuit and
RNG.
crap.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's do it again.
he,
Let's see
does,
it.
he has a little bit.
Let's see some combos. Come on. Let's get it. We got all day. Mm. That was cool looking for a bit. Yeah, he's really goofy.
Yeah, he's a really goofy character.
Oh shit. That's supposed to work. Block.
Yeah, go ahead and give me instant. I want to try some.
Well, you gotta
Gotta
break
break
it.
it.
Ow.
Like,
Sorry. Damn, that took a lot.
it does a lot of chip. It's really weird. Like the chip can be inconsistent too with that. There are times I have killed. There are times where think I should have killed or didn't. You really just gotta know how to pilot this kooky character because this character can be f***ing at times. Um, he's got a lot of swaggy combo, a lot of
Speak up.
you
Yeah,
know,
what?
I've posted a lot on the fan page or whatnot because I find stuff almost on the daily. This character, you know, you'll really enjoy.
Okay.
And he's also he's probably got one of the funniest. Freaking shoots a rocket and blows himself up. It's just hilarious. I met a couple people because it's stupid.
Okay. Well, hey
But
guys,
yeah,
that's the character. You know, that's pretty much what Kilgore is all about. He's a zoner with a lot of. He's a zoner for a lot of risk taking. You need to take a lot of risk with him. You can't just sit there. His guns don't do a lot of chip, but he's more
his guns
proficient.
don't do any shit.
He's perfect.
So
I mean, I don't do any chip. He's more proficient up close, mid to close screen range. But you can do full screen shenanigans for a while until you overheat. But you want to get overheated pretty much. That's his best like state.
yeah, he's got some really good tools, but you just have to have the patience to.
If you want to play a few games, it's up to you. So if not, it's fine. We can move on to
Yeah,
the.
that's fine.
Him and I are gonna play a few games, but just keep in mind that my character does kind of like have an easier time
Roll
dealing
mine.
with him. But if those of you who wanna play against him, maybe if anybody wants to play against him, that'd be cool too. Anybody
I
in the
mean,
chat? It's up to
I'll
y'all.
play anybody.
Latalis, what's up, man? You do it with his zoning. It means sinning. Yeah, exactly. His zoning is exactly. The mix-ups come from the close pressure, the missiles and stuff like that. You gotta. Okay. Well, after this little burst of 2 or 3 or whatever, we could move on to the next character. Look at that, he just pulled invincible through my thing.
Overheat.
Nice. He pretty much essentially reversaled my back fist. That teleport. Yeah, voluntary play. Yeah, TJ does a good job. Ooh, that was nice. Uh-oh. Saw how he baited that with the ball. That's what you gotta do.
You gotta take risks with this character.
Yep.
I mean, it can be uncomfortable because especially if you've like seen the outcome 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Also, he does have like one of the worst shadow combos, and he has like a season with shadow. Oh, and
Not dead yet. Whoa. Uh-oh. He's still on fire, so he still got the buffs from being on fire.
I thought I could cross you up.
More rammers? Wait, what's going on?
But I always have a blast playing. I don't know.
So who wants to play next? Juggernaut or Coopstar? You want to play either one of those players? Let's play real quick, Monsoon. But I asked you a question. Do you want to play one of those players or not?
Oh yeah, I've played whoever. It doesn't matter.
You pick.
Whoever asked first.
I mean, it's up to you. Decide.
Maya
or Jago?
I'll play Maya. We could play.
We could do a first to 5 for each of y'all. How about that? How's that sound? You mind doing that, Juggernaut? First to 5 and then Koopstar first to 5. That sound good to you? Ooh, that was nice. No props? Fine. Good. Alright. Look at that shit. You see what I'm talking about? Look at it. You see? He just did that. And then the OTG, because of the hard knockdown, killed. Just enough damage, you see? That's how you want to play the character. You want to be aware. You have to be very aware of your
Crazy!
certain... Who the hell just followed me? Oh, thank you. Alright, Koopstar, then after Juggernaut, you'll go next, okay? You gotta wait, though.
I was waiting on that.
Thanks, man. Glad you enjoy it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have Nikki with me, and we're gonna break down Mira. And then after that, I got a surprise. But I'm not gonna talk about it. Stupid bitches.
Oh,
That was weird. You did a jab.
You see, little inconsistencies.
That was that was a break. That was a. You should have been cash out on that. That was weird. If you guys like the content, leave a follow. If you have any more questions, go ahead and ask. If you want to subscribe, it supports the channel. It keeps me motivated to keep doing this stuff, you know? Ooh, base breakdown eagle? That would be lit, actually. I'd love to have base breakdown eagle.
Reset, man.
You're dead, you know that, right?
No, I'm dead.
see my character, Mewster? He's got that thing called big dick damage. Alright, let's go ahead and get this lobby made then. Good games, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks for the breakdown.
Bad, man.
That was fun.
There's no problem.